Well, we were awoken this morning to a knock on the door.
I wish you could smell this right now.
Woo, that was slippery. 13%.
Yeah.
That's not good. We had a later start to our morning this morning than usual. We just left Whittier, Alaska, and it was absolutely windy there. It was windy all through the night. The van was just shaking, and usually when it's windy like that, I struggle sleeping so much. We've been trying to get up at 7:30 every morning, but this morning we stayed in bed till about 9. I just woke up with a pounding headache, and I just literally had the worst sleep. But I guess that's one of the downsides to van life sometimes the weather is not the greatest for when you're trying to sleep. It is like 2:30 here in Alaska. We spent the day in Whittier. We went for a hike. It was absolutely beautiful. And now we're on the Seward Highway heading down to Seward. We're gonna explore down there for a few days and just kind of get some of our daily things done. We keep saying we're gonna start slowing down a little more. We've been saying that once we get to Alaska, we're gonna slow down, but it seems like no matter what we do, we're just always on the go, always filming something. I just finished filming the video for Whittier, and here I am, like half an hour later, already starting to film another video. So this week, for the next couple of days, we're just gonna be doing minimal exploring, staying in a beautiful place, and getting a lot of our actual van life chores and work done that we need to get done. So one of the first things we have to do when we get to a new destination is find a place to set up camp. So Will is on I-Overlander right now, looking for a good place to set up camp. It's a little windy here again today, so we're gonna try to find somewhere that's a little more sheltered. That way we can get a good night's sleep tonight.
Yeah, the van can really kind of feel like you're on a roller coaster or something when it gets really windy. It really shakes the van. It's quite noisy. There's lots of things to consider when finding a spot. You know, you obviously want a safe and legal spot, but also you want a spot oftentimes that has a good view for sunrise or sunset, or a nice place to set up time lapses. And then also you want a spot that's sheltered and has service. And so it's a part of van life that actually can take up a fair amount of time, finding spots and figuring out what spots are good. But it's an essential part of the daily life when you're on the road like this.
And sometimes a spot with a good view isn't worth it if you're just not gonna have a good night's sleep. Before we head on to our spot for the night, we're gonna stop at Safeway and we're gonna get a lighter because we've been using matches to light our stove and I keep choking on the smoke.
Yeah.
So we're gonna finally get a new lighter.
Hopefully they actually have one. We've been either forgetting or not having luck with the stores we've been checking out, but I'm sure the Safeway has one.
That car is mangled.
Yeah.
Very mangled. Anyways, we're gonna go in, get that, and maybe grab a few other things if we need anything. Well, it was a success. We finally found a lighter. It took us forever though.
Yeah, I was hiding in the one corner in the store, like past the checkouts.
We must have walked around like 10 times.
Yeah.
We got these. They're delicious. If you haven't tried them, you gotta try them. Mm-hmm. My favorite is the tomato and basil. And we were bad and we got this. Mm-hmm. These are highly addictive candies. We got a bag each. Mm-hmm. And We saw a sign for sushi, and we both have been loving sushi. And we saw this, and we're like, okay, we're gonna have a date night tonight.
Yep.
We try to have a date night like once a week. Sometimes it doesn't happen, but I guess tonight's the night.
Yep. So we're having some delicious sushi for date night.
And some candies. Will got into the candy. So did I. We are heating up some water. We're gonna make some ramen to go with our delicious sushi. And what are we watching?
We're gonna watch a Studio Ghibli movie tonight.
We don't know which one yet, so we're gonna pick that out and watch our movie. We picked Princess Mononoke. It was between Princess Mononoke and Ponyo. So we flipped a coin. It turned out to be Princess Mononoke. Well, we were awoken this morning to a knock on the door at 7 a.m. No, 7:30. And we were told that we had to move from our spot. We were in a good spot and we were legally okay to be there, but they were closing the road down for the season. So unfortunately, we just picked the last night that the road was open just to get a knock first thing in the morning. But that's okay. I think that's only the second knock we've ever gotten, or maybe third.
Second, yeah.
Second.
First one with Sheriff.
Yeah. That one was a little scary. Well, this one was kind of scary too, but he was super nice.
Yeah, a super nice guy. He said that when we pulled away, he was waiting at the road block, and he said, "Oh, if you need to sleep more, there's a pull-out right here." But
our alarm was about to ring anyway.
Yeah, so we were all good.
Yeah.
Yeah, flashing lights and a knock. It's a great way to start the day.
I wouldn't say so. But now we're just doing our morning routine. I'm gonna do some journaling, and he's gonna make some coffee, and then we're gonna start our day. We're just making some breakfast. Got omelets, and I'm chopping some cheese. And a delicious omelet. Which is probably one of our most common breakfasts lately.
Yeah, we enjoy omelets. You just split a 4-egg one, and you get at Walmart, they have these great peppers and onion frozen veggies packs that are really great in omelets. And so you just fry them up, then put them on your omelet with a little cheese, and it's so good. I'm struggling to get the omelet shell up. I think this might be a disaster. We'll see though. I'm trying really hard.
Did you put butter in the pan?
Nope.
Wow. That would explain it.
I normally don't, but...
Oh boy. So this is the most disastrous omelet we've ever had.
Yeah, it was a mistake. We're trying to be healthier, so I didn't cook the vegetables with oil I normally do, and then that, I guess, leaves a little bit of oil in the pan for when I put the egg in. So, yeah, this time, I think it's going to be like more of a scrambled eggs with vegetables and cheese today.
Omelets are ready. Is your omelet?
Delicious, but a little messed up.
It's time for one of our least favorite chores, doing the dishes.
Yep. When you live in a van without a hot water heater, it can make doing the dishes a little more tricky. And so oftentimes I'll heat up a little bit of water in the pot just to help with rinsing out the sponge, and if there's anything that needs a little hot water. But you know, it's one of the many things that just makes daily tasks in van life a little more difficult and time consuming.
And since we're in Alaska, our water is always pretty cold. So.
Yep.
We've gotten into a bad habit of leaving our dishes for like a week, and then when we need something, we just clean it when we need it. But in the last week, we've gotten into the habit of actually doing the dishes after every meal. And it's been nice.
Yeah, it's been good.
I mean, it's not fun doing the dishes, but it's nice to have a clean space.
Yep.
Remind me to stand up and do dishes more often.
Why?
I feel like I just sit all day.
Oh, I feel like I stand all day.
Yeah, but I feel like there's nowhere for me to go.
Yeah.
When you're like standing here, it's like, where do I go? I might as well just sit on the bed and stay out of the way. I can cut stuff from the bed. We're heading out for our supposed to be daily morning walk. We decided to do daily morning walks forever ago, but we don't always get around to doing it.
But today is a very nice day. It's actually really warm, probably in the 40s. It's calm, no wind, sun's in and out. So can't miss today for sure.
So it's probably like 5 degrees right now.
Yeah.
I don't know, I didn't look, but that's
No
my
ice.
guess. Yeah.
Seward still seems pretty empty. Everything this time of year in Alaska seems pretty empty. I mean, other than the Seward Highway, which just has a surprising amount of traffic.
Yeah.
But like most things have signs closed for the season. And like the road this morning got closed for the season, which is a little unfortunate because we could have gone over into Kenai Fjords National Park and seen some glaciers. But oh well, you know, it's kind of what you get when you come to Alaska in this time of year. It's one of the realities of van life. You know, wherever you're traveling, like normally you would choose your vacation time around the best time to visit, but when you're doing it full time, you know, you can rush through all the best time of the year, but it's not gonna last forever, and so you're gonna have some off-season stuff, and that can make things more difficult and can also lend to the stress of always feeling like, we got to do so many things before everything closes down. But you got to realize that you sometimes have to slow down and take a breath, and there'll be other seasons.
It's not like that everywhere you go. I would say in cold northern places, things tend to close. Or cold southern places, I don't know. We haven't been there yet.
Looking forward to it.
But the off season in places like Mexico and Costa Rica and all those types of places, things are, I feel like they're usually open. At least they were when I went.
Yeah.
It's just a lot less busy.
I think we're really both looking forward to being able to slow down where we're not like trying to take advantage of the 2 months of summer up here. Like we can just go at our pace because you know what? It's going to be nice. Now it's going to be nice a month from now. It's going to be nice 6 months from now. So
although
that'll be really
rainy
good.
season in Central America, it rains a lot.
Yeah.
So.
But at least my experience with the rainy season in the tropics has been that like it'll rain, but it'll also get sunny in the same day. And so you kind of get a best of both worlds. So I don't know. We'll see. I'm sure we'll still have some stress of that once we're down there. But it's definitely been one of our biggest stressors up here in the north.
We're gonna go head down to the docks, check out all the boats. We're gonna play our game again. Which boat's the coolest, which one has the best name, and which one we would want to own.
Yep.
Another struggle of van life is finding restrooms. Like, we have a system in the van to be able to pee, but when you got a number 2 and you're in Alaska and it's cold, I'm not looking forward to the -40 poops.
No.
Yeah, it really sucks in the middle of the night when you have to go number 2 and it's really cold outside. And you know, you're gonna pretty much take your pants off. But we found a restroom here and we're hoping that it's open. The other ones weren't.
This one looks like it actually is.
Yay! And that was a fail.
Yep.
Would have been really cool to go. One day. One day we'll go.
Definitely.
And it smells really fishy here. I have a feeling this is going to be one of the better ports
It's really big.
with some really nice boats.
Yeah. Seems like a lot of the nicer ones are wrapped up though. I don't know.
We don't know if they're nice or we can't see them.
Yeah. Leaves lots of room for the imagination.
True. The water's really blue. It's so cool. I've never seen jellyfish off the dock like this.
Yeah, I think they're lion's mane jellies. Really pretty.
Actually, that's a lie. I have seen jellyfish off the dock before.
Huh.
I think it was in PEI or Nova Scotia. There was just like jellyfish, kind of like, you know, like the babies, how they're like little jelly things. They were like on the dock. And then I saw a bunch in Panama, which was pretty cool. Those ones were moon jellies though. They're
Moon
super
jellies
pretty.
are really pretty,
Yeah, they are very pretty. So far, we like this one for aesthetics. I wouldn't mind owning that one.
Yeah. I don't know if it's big enough, but it's very cute.
This one's also very aesthetic. I don't like the colors that much, but the shape and that little door is adorable. Well, I think I found Will's boat. Miss Ginger.
Uh-huh.
So far, this one has my favorite name. Spot.
It's pretty good.
Spot's a pretty good name. When we were in Valdez, there was a boat called Lil Toot. I don't know if anything's ever gonna top that.
Yeah, Little Toot's pretty great.
Lil Toot has to be the best name of all time. And here we found another boat for Will.
I found my boat.
Wild Willie. This one's also pretty aesthetic. I like the colors. I like the teeny tiny windows. I think I'd want this one.
I'd want something a little bigger, I think.
We found a moon jelly. Those jellyfish remind me of the ones in Finding Nemo. That Nemo and Marlin and Dory go boing on. Finding Nemo.
Boing.
And then Dory gets stung.
Oh, these are cool jellyfish. Cool moon jellies. Look at their segmented.
Oh yeah. So Will was looking up the range of fishing boats. So he Googled and found this boat.
And I pulled up this article, and then 10 seconds later, I look up from my phone and see the exact same boat.
It almost looks like it's actually this boat that we're looking at here, but we noticed one little difference, so it's not actually
It's
it.
not the. It's the same model, but not the specific
But
boat in the
literally
photo.
It has this on the back. It has all the blue attachments, like coverings and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Same
we thought
model.
For a second it was exactly the same boat, but probably it's not. Okay, so this one is adorable. Super aesthetic, super cute. I love the little doors. Would I want to own it? Nah.
Not as much.
But it's really cute.
Definitely.
Now if this was like 40 feet long with a sail,
Sign me
I
up.
think that would be my choice. That was a nice little walk. We're back up by the road and we heard music blasting. Turns out this restaurant likes to blast music. It sure gets our attention, but it kind of repels me.
A little obnoxious.
We see this little gift shop right here, Forest Hides and Treasures. I love gift shops, so we're going in. Do we go in?
This is dangerous.
We're going in. There wasn't a whole lot in there, but the cookies looked really delicious. But we're being good today.
Yeah.
We had a lot of junk food last night, so we're not gonna get any baked goods for now. I think we're gonna head over to the library. We need a restroom and we gotta get some work done today. So going in a library, we've discovered, has been one of the best places for us to go and be productive and get some work done. It can be a little bit hard in the van sometimes, and it's nice to kind of get out of the van and be in a different space.
Yeah.
So the library is closed on Mondays, so we ended up going to a coffee shop and we worked there for like, what, 4 hours?
Something like that.
Something like that. One of the worst parts about work days and content creation is transferring memory cards. I spent about 2 hours going through memory cards and sorting through the photos and figuring out which ones I already had on my hard drive and which ones I already had on my computer, so I can figure out which memory cards to format. And I feel like that was such a waste of time. But it just seems like we always end up filling up a bunch of memory cards, and then we end up spending hours going through them to make sure we have everything.
It's a problem.
It is a problem. No more. I feel like I keep saying that, but it never happens. So we're back in the van now, and we gotta figure out our power situation. Being up north, there's not as much sunlight, and the sun's not high in the sky, so it doesn't really charge up our power.
Yeah.
So we're at like 16%?
13%.
13%.
Yeah.
That's not good.
Hot.
Yeah, it's not good. We ran out of power once already, and yeah, it's not good. So we gotta figure out if there's somewhere we can go plug it in and charge it up, or we're gonna run out of power. So
Yeah. Wish us luck.
yeah.
We spent a while looking around, trying to find some power we could use. We found a plug-in we could, and now we'll hang out here for about the next 6 hours, and theoretically we should be fully charged by the end of that. The one thing that could be a problem is the charger we're using. This wasn't really how I was planning to charge the van, and so the charger we're using is a really cheap one off of Amazon that I've had some real problems with in the past, so we're really hoping that it like keeps charging, but I don't know. I wouldn't really bet on it right now. So if we're lucky, we'll be charged tonight, but if we're unlucky, we'll have some amount of added power.
Some tomato soup, grilled cheese sandwiches. One of my favorite simple meals. If you don't dip your grilled cheese sandwich in your tomato soup, you're doing it wrong. We're gonna go for another little walk here, and we're going to listen to our book while we go. We are listening to Throne of Glass. I've been trying to get him to listen to this book series for a while because he loves, what's the other one? ACOTAR. And I told him Throne of Glass was better.
And so far it is.
And so far it is, you agree? Oh, look at that. Good morning. Last night when we got back from our walk, we had our snacks and Will finished editing some photos for a brand. I did the base edits, and then there was a lot of like dust spots, like sensor dust that was just all over. So he did the tedious work of picking all of those little spots out and cleaning up the photos. That was just too stressful for me. Then after that, while he was doing that, I worked a little bit on my Japanese. I started learning some Japanese. Got my journal. And then after Will was done editing the photos, we watched Big Bang Theory. And then we went to bed. Our power is all powered up now. We went from 13% to 100%, so that's one less thing to stress out about over the next couple of days, which is nice. Honestly, I didn't think we were gonna find anywhere to charge up our solar, but we did, so that's good. We got some power. That means we can keep running our fridge that just drains the battery. And we did our morning routines, and I'm just gonna do my journaling before we go for our walk and then head to the library to finish up some work. I got a YouTube video that I really need to edit and get out. And then after that, we'll see where the day takes us. Also got my 1 gallon water jug. This is a gallon, right?
Yeah.
Okay, my 1 gallon water jug. We have several water jugs for our tap water, drinking water, cooking water, everything water. But because we're so limited on water, we're very, how do you say it? Careful with how we use our water. So one day before we had these, we weren't drinking enough water because we're trying to be very careful about how we're using it, and we were just getting dehydrated. So we were in Trader Joe's, I think.
Grocery outlet.
Grocery outlet. Okay, same. Okay, they're not the same, but I saw these jugs, and it took a bit of convincing to get Will and his frugalness to buy 2 of these. We're down to one broke, but whatever. But this is probably one of our best van life purchases since being on the road for the last 7-8 months. So if you're doing van life and you're like stressing out about being careful about water usage, get these. We're just gonna go for another one of our daily morning walks. We actually got all of our steps in yesterday.
Yay!
I don't know if we'll get them all in again today, but we're gonna try. It's nice and sunny out today. Woo, that was slippery. We're gonna go walk around on the docks again today just because it was so pretty. Maybe we'll see some more otters.
Yeah. Hopefully we don't slip and die. Oh my.
It's very slippery out here. It rained last night on us on our walk, and I guess it just froze up overnight, so we almost wiped out a few times already. That's okay. So we just got back from a nice little walk. We almost got like 6,000 steps already. We didn't really see any wildlife this time around. We saw a few jellyfish, and we looked up some of the boats online to see what they looked like on the inside. Maybe we will do boat life one day. We'll see. We're gonna head to the library, get some work done, and then after that we're gonna go find showers because, yeah, I'm not gonna show you my hair. It's pretty gross.
I'll show you mine.
That's another van life struggle is, you know, sometimes you go like a week without showering. It's not really much you can do about it unless you want to pay like anywhere between $5 and $15 for a shower.
Yeah.
Sometimes we get lucky, we find a free one or we find one for like $2, but they're very short showers, so.
Supposedly on Overlander, it seems like this might be one of the best places to shower. It seems like there's lots of options in it. I even saw one that might be free, so
yeah,
we'll have to look into that.
And the restrooms we were at, it was $1 per token, and it was 2 tokens for 7 minutes.
Oh,
so
see, that's not
7-minute
bad.
shower for 2 minutes.
Yeah, that's really good. That's like some
I mean,
of
for
the cheapest
$2, not 2 minutes. A 7-minute shower for $2.
which is one of the cheapest we've found.
Yes.
So even if we have to do that, that's not bad.
Yeah. So we're gonna head off and get some work done. I really hope the inside of this library is more calming than the outside of it. It's iridescent and a little wild. So, funny story. I'm here in the library working on my last day in the life video in Alaska that we did over a month ago from today. A couple days over a month ago today. And in that video I was also transferring photos and videos and saying that I need to keep up with it. And clearly I haven't, because I was just complaining about the same thing yesterday. We finished some work for the day at the library, then we left and went for showers. We ended up going for the $2 for 7-minute showers.
Mine didn't even require tokens, so.
Yeah, so we have 2 extra tokens, so I'm definitely using those
Yeah.
on another day. We ended up driving around Seward area to look for a spot to shoot a couple of videos for a brand we're working with, and now we're gonna go find a spot and make some dinner.
Yum, yum, yum.
I'm getting hangry.
I wish you could smell this right now. Pressure's on.
We're gonna eat our dinner and watch some Big Bang Theory.
With subtitles in Spanish.
So we have Spanish subtitles on our little Big Bang, Little Bang Theory.
We call it Little Squeak Theory.
This got me all messed up. But is it really helping us learn? Probably not. But I do recognize words once in a while, so.
And that's always cool.
Yeah. Often I can recognize like half a sentence. Here's some food you dropped.
Oops.
But yeah, we're gonna watch some Big Bang Theory, at least an episode, and then I'm not sure what we're gonna do. We had a later start to our morning this morning. I'm just working on my journaling here, and Will is over there on his Mac doing a little bit of work. I'm just gonna do this for a little bit and then go for a walk, for a nice morning walk. Well, we got some work done this morning and we just went for a little walk. Now we're gonna start cleaning up the van. It's a bit of a disaster lately. I wanted to do like a cleanup Sunday, but it just seems like we never have the time to do that. So I think we're gonna do this like once a month instead. But we gotta be better at keeping things organized. We also have a lot of like summer clothes that we could put in the garage and kind of like stored away so that we have more space up in the van here. We have to reorganize the cupboards, do a bit of a deep clean, wipe down the cupboards, and yeah, today's just gonna be a cleaning day.
So here's the before. Got a lot of junk under there. The cupboards, little bit of a disaster. Oh, this one's rough. Wow. And then all our coats and stuff in the front. And stay tuned for the after.
First thing we're gonna do is just completely empty out this cupboard. Here's our reorganization. Somehow we have a lot more space.
It's always a nice thing.
And it's so much more organized. This cupboard's always a bit of a disaster. Just because this shelf is so small and it's so hard to grab things off of it. It just gets jumbled around a lot. A few hours later, we're finally done cleaning. We still have a few like things here and there to deal with, but for the most part, we're like so much more organized.
Yeah,
So,
made a
feels
lot
good.
more room.
Somehow, it seems like every time we organize, we end up with more space than we had before, even if we don't even get rid of anything. It's weird. It's a really weird feeling.
Yeah, we reorganized the garage, and so now we are able to put the air fryer and the Instant Pot in the garage, and that cleared up a bunch of space
Yes.
up here, and then
And
it
on the
won't be...
floor. I was so tired of having the Instant Pot on the floor.
So that's a good thing, and both of them are still easily accessible. We got more winter stuff up here now, And all the cupboards look a lot more clean and neat, and
Yeah, I gave them a wipe down. They're still not perfect, but better than they were. We were gonna head to the library to upload the newest YouTube video, but I think we're gonna wait till tomorrow. It's like, what, 6 o'clock here?
something like that.
It's like almost 6, so we're gonna head over to Safeway and I'm gonna grab a couple of snacks and we're gonna watch the newest episode of Agatha. I'm looking forward to it. I didn't think I was gonna like the show that much. I love Marvel, but I wasn't a fan of the character Agatha, and I was worried I wasn't gonna like this show, but I think I like it a lot. We stopped in at Safeway and we got some hot dogs for dinner. We got some marshmallows and some Rice Krispies. We're gonna make some Rice Krispies squares for a snack. Have you ever had homemade Rice Krispies?
I think maybe. I've never made them myself, but I think I might have like had them somewhere at like some party or something.
They're delicious.
Okay, I'm recording.
Very sticky. Let it be a ball.
Let it ball, let it ball, let it ball.
I don't want to stay together very well.
It's okay. They don't have to be perfect shape. They'll be delicious.
Got our Rice Krispies made. Will's been pretty much licking the pot clean.
And we have a spoon that I don't know how we're ever gonna get clean. It doesn't want to come off.
Oh, you just scrub it a little bit, that's all.
Mm-hmm.
Got our bread going for our hot dogs. Because I actually prefer hot dogs on toast instead of buns.
Well, this happens from time to time. The fire alarm has gone off.
Food's ready and it's time to enjoy our evening. We got up this morning and did our morning routine again, and now we're just outside for a nice, beautiful sunrise walk.
Right along the beach with mountain views.
It's gorgeous. We've decided to stay here in Seward for another day. We're gonna have another just full work day where we get a bunch of stuff done. We didn't get much work done yesterday since we spent a lot of time cleaning the van, and I called my family while we were cleaning the van, so yeah, it made things a little slower, but I need to call my family more often. I don't call them enough, but I'll be seeing them in December, so I'm really excited for that. But yeah, we're gonna have another full work day. Not too interesting.